Hey everybody! As we continue to shelter in place, the vote on Instagram came in, and today's video is going to be a random question and answer. So as I open up my Topo Chico with a twist of grapefruit, objectively the best flavor, you can find me in the comments. Go ahead and like and subscribe, and here we go. So first of all, a ton of you guys have been asking how I'm doing and what I've been doing to kill my time. I actually made a vlog about that a couple weeks ago. It's my first vlog that I ever made, and I basically spent a couple minutes just talking about what I'm doing. It's the same thing you've been doing. It's the exact same thing. Hanging out with your dog, playing video games, watching Netflix, trying to stay not bored. The first question is, have I been practicing during quarantine? Well, as part of my getting out of debt thing, I actually sold all of my instruments, so I am instrumentless. Even if I did have an instrument, I live in an apartment complex, so even if I had an instrument, I'm not sure that my neighbors would appreciate 30 minutes of lip slurs. Next question, what is my go-to Starbucks drink? So if it's cold out, I have hot coffee. If it's hot out, I've got an iced coffee, and it's always a Pike's Place, no simple syrup, and 2 Splendas. What inspired, oh my goodness. Tell me everything right now. Okay, I think I was in the middle of answering a question about what inspired me to become a band director. I really don't know what particular moment inspired me to be a band director, but I do know that my senior year of high school, 5 out of my 8 classes were musically related, and I didn't want to do anything else except for play my instrument or be in the band hall. So it kind of just was a natural progression to just go study music. There wasn't like a eureka moment where I was like, I want to be a band director. I just kind of slowly realized that I was going to be a band director. That there's no magical story. I just realized I wanted to teach band. Was the transition from Houston to Dallas hard? So for those that don't know, I actually spent 3 years teaching in the Houston area. I'm from the DFW area. I taught in Houston for a couple years and I moved back. And the short answer is yes, there are tons of things that I miss about Houston. I miss the people, I miss the food, I miss the culture, I miss the sense of community. There's a lot of things that Houston does way better than Dallas, or really the DFW. But having said that, the transition from when I first moved down to Houston was really hard because I miss my family and my friends. Change in general is hard, I would say. What's the best decision I have ever made in my life in general? You know, just a really light question, really easy question. I was thinking about this. There were a lot of answers that I could go with. I think I'm gonna go with this answer though. When I was a freshman in college, the midway through my first semester, when I was about to take my midterms, I was super overwhelmed. I was behind on my jury piece, I was behind on my piano playing and my oral skills class. I was really struggling in music history, and I almost quit. I remember walking to the practice room thinking like, I'm probably gonna quit next week. And I had made the decision to not quit. And I'm really, really glad I didn't quit, because if I would have quit, I would have never become a band director. I would have never gotten to become a teacher. I would have never made all of my awesome friends that I have. I have no idea what I would have done or what I'd be doing right now. So I would say the best decision I ever made was the decision to not quit. And as a result, I tend to think that I don't quit things very often. So from that to a very hard-hitting question of what's my go-to brunch order, and this is different than what I make for brunch, mostly because I can only make one thing for brunch. My favorite brunch order is anything that has a balance between sweet and savory. So like something savory is like a whole bunch of eggs and bacon, with something sweet like a waffle and syrup. So anything that can combine the balance of sweet and savory is a go-to order for me. If I could march in any drum corps show, which would it be? So I have been fortunate enough to work for a couple drum corps, notably the Phantom Regiment. I worked for them for a couple summers, and I never actually marched drum corps at all. The biggest regret of my entire musical career is never having the courage to audition. So if I would have auditioned, not that I would have made it, but I would have auditioned for the 2008 Phantom Regiment, which was, you know, kind of a good show if you know anything about drum corps. So if I could have marched in any show, it would have been 2008 Phantom Regiment. I know that's a super obvious choice, but it's like right when I was able to march. It's one of the times that I actually thought about auditioning for drum corps, and I just didn't have the courage to do it. So it would be that show, without a doubt. Favorite thing about teaching music? Okay, so my favorite thing about teaching music is really my favorite thing about teaching, and I know it's super silly, but I really enjoy seeing students get better over the course of a long period of time. I really enjoy seeing a student who starts out as a beginner and then a couple years later they eventually make the all-state band. Like I love watching that progression. Or watching a student who is like really bad and then they finally like get it and it finally clicks. And if I can be part of that process, then that's obviously like super cool. I also really enjoy it when a student is like last chair in a band or like last chair in their section, and then something happens and over the course of a couple months they just like figure it out and then they automatically become super good. I think that's my favorite part, is watching people who were like not good at all click or like decide to start working super hard and then they become good. And it happens all the time, and I think that's the most awesome thing about being a teacher, is that I get to see that process happen. What are my opinions on people mixing brands? So like wearing like a Nike shirt and like Adidas shoes. So overall, I try to wear mostly Adidas. It's literally only because FC Dallas wears Adidas jerseys, and so I can match with my FC Dallas gear. I don't really judge people because like for the longest time I would wear Nike shoes because I could get them cheap at the outlet. I prefer to wear all Adidas because I like the three-stripe life. I'm not going to cast judgment on you if you don't wear matching brands, but I like all brands to look the same if you can, because I think it looks better. For those who work out, would it be acceptable to go to a track and work out or just stay at home? So we're all trying to do this like stay at home socially distancing thing. And obviously it's impossible to stay at home in your house for weeks only going shopping. I'm fortunate that just like 1 block away are the Trinity River trails, and there's miles and miles and miles of trail, and the trail itself is really, it's nice. It's paved and it's like 10 feet wide. So even if I do pass somebody, we're like a solid 6 to 8 feet apart from each other. I would probably stay away from tracks, mostly because they're at schools and all the schools are closed, so I don't even know if you can be there. And your track is only a quarter of a mile, so anybody that goes there, even if it's super wide, if you've got like, a couple dozen people on a track, I don't really know, you might be getting really close to them. So plus, I just prefer not being on a track because it's the same thing over and over and over and over again. Where on the trails, it's different scenery the entire like run or the entire walk. So I would vote for like walking on the trails, or even like running through downtown. Before the virus got really crazy, I would go running through downtown just because it's the scenery just because of the downtown scenery and stuff. So what was my favorite memory with the Band of Gold when I was in Galena Park? My favorite memory is every December at the high school they would have a Christmas party, and it was after school, and every single person, basically like every single person in the band showed up, and every section did their own Secret Santa, and they would all do their Secret Santa at the same time. Every single section would kind of make a little circle, and I'm sure they still do it. They would, find their own little corner of the band hall or the back room or the hallway, and they would all swap their Secret Santa gifts. And it was the most like familial, like honest, like friendly thing to see every single person participating in the section, like whether or not you were the first chair or all-stater or you were like the freshman that really didn't have many friends. Like everybody participated in the gift exchange, and it was really, really cool to watch like the entire band participate in this gift exchange. So I think that out of all the awesome times, it would be my favorite memory. Why did I become a band director at Burleson High School? I went to Burleson High School. That is one of the main reasons why I teach there now, I think. I get to work with some of my best friends, and one of my best friends from college is the head director, even though he beat me in the head director interview. I'm now the assistant, but it's still awesome that I get to work in the school that I went to, teaching the band that I was once a part of, and I get to do it with one of my best friends every single day. So I think the combo of working with one of my best friends in my actual high school, it would be the reasons why I chose to leave another job that I loved a ton. So let's close with a really important question that we should all be thinking about in this time. My favorite scent of Febreze. My favorite scent of Febreze, I don't know the actual name of it, but in my house in Houston, we had a couple bottles of Febreze, and it was like a fall Halloween pumpkin spice scent, and it was really enjoyable. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna find a picture and pop it up right here. So I don't know, whatever that scent is, that is my favorite scent. So that is it. Those are a few of the questions that I got. I hope that you have successfully killed some of your time socially distancing. As always, let me know in the comments what you think. Debating what I should do for my next video, so I can set up another poll. If you are not subscribed to me on Instagram, I think I'm just going to start putting up a poll to see what my next video should be. Trying to make a video a week as I kill time, as we all try to, stay apart together. That's it. Thanks for watching.